Good morning, YouTube. In this video, I'm going to review my Samsung Galaxy S2. I've been using this phone now for 3 months exactly. So I'm just going to go over my thoughts as far as the phone, the speed, how the TouchWiz interface is, and other details about the phone like the camera, the battery, the GPS, and so on. So let's get started. So as far as the phone goes, it's you're probably familiar with it. It's the latest Galaxy S version, the S2. It's pretty slim. It's a 4.3-inch screen. Comes with the Exynos processor. It's a dual-core processor that runs at a max of 1200 megahertz. It also comes with 1 gigabyte of onboard RAM, as well as 16 gigs of built-in storage, which I have used pretty much all. Comes with 8 meg back camera, 2 meg front camera. It feels a little bit bigger than the Galaxy S1, but it isn't too much bigger. The weight also feels pretty much the same. It's very slim, easy to carry around in your pocket. The 4.3-inch screen is not a problem at all. I don't find it too big. Let's look at the phone UI. I like that if you want to call someone from your contacts, you can directly type the name and it'll immediately start listing. You don't have to know the number. That's really good. What I don't like is that text messages are continuously shown in the logs here, and there's no way to show just everything except texts. So you can see just missed calls, received calls. How about all calls and no texts? The things I like about TouchWiz, it looks pretty good. Some of the basic features that we've come to expect are there. It's also very easy to add shortcuts, add widgets. This is the mechanism they use when you go into the mode where you want to add shortcuts and widgets to your screen. You can add it to any screen easily. You can also, set your widgets up from here nicely. You see your full set of widgets here, so you can easily drag widgets from the lower end of the screen up to whatever screen you want. Let's look at the app drawer. I like that they've removed those random colored squares that they used to have behind each icon before. This looks much better. I also like that it wraps around. I have 6 icon screens here, and you can see when it gets to number 6 it goes back to number 1. That's good. You can also see it in list view, but that doesn't seem as nice as grid view. And you can edit. So with the editing, what you can do is you can move your icons as you like. So you can have your app show in any order you want. That is fine if you take the trouble to organize your apps in some order that makes sense. However, if you don't want to do that and you just wanted to have them alphabetically in this icon view, there's no way to do that. So you have to have it in list view to see it alphabetically to find things quickly, because when it's in grid view sometimes you end up circling through screens looking for an app. Not very practical. My preference, of course, is vertical scrolling, and where you can have apps either alphabetically or the commonly used ones like in Go Launcher and other launchers. Let's send an email to the phone right now. That was my notification that I got an email. So I can see here on the status bar there that I have an email. So when I click on the email, instead of it going directly into the email message, it goes into the inbox. Then I have to click again to actually see the message. That was unnecessary. I think they should make it jump right into the actual message. Let's get a text. Okay, so there's our text. You can go directly into the text just by sliding this. And it works great. One of the things I've found very impressive about this phone, especially compared to the Galaxy S1, is the camera. It opens faster. I don't usually set it to 8 megapixels because the pictures are too big. What do I have it set at? In fact, I'm taking pictures right now at only 3.2 megs, just because I find that's enough for me. The camera is really good. I'm very impressed with the camera Samsung has put here. The camera software is great, and the video camera is outstanding. It takes full 1080p video, and it's really good quality video. I've been quite happy with it. Its strength though is outdoor video. Outdoor video is where it really shines. So I'm gonna try to pull up some samples of videos here so that you can see how the videos look. Here's some night video. I found that with 1080p it has a tougher time staying in focus than with 720p. For some reason 720p seems to stay in focus more than 1080p. Anyway, this is a nighttime video just to show you what the quality is like for shooting at night. Okay, let's also now look at some let's look at some daytime footage now. Here's a couple of daytime videos. This is all taken in 1080p. You can't tell watching this on YouTube because I'm recording this on 720p. But this is just to give you an idea again of how good the daytime shooting is. Here's some photos also. The photo quality is fantastic. Even close-up shots. I was especially impressed with close-up shots. As long as you hold the camera still, it takes very good pictures. Here I'll go through a couple other sample photographs. These are all photos I've taken myself at various points, and yeah, the camera has just been a pleasure to use. I still think that overall smartphones have a ways to go in terms of camera performance. They can still be made quite a bit better. As far as the GPS goes, that also works quite well. I've never had a problem getting a location. It picks up the location right away. And even when I've used my tracks, it has recorded the route correctly. I also use this other app called Ulysses Speedometer, which tells you the speed you're going at. You know, you can use it when you're driving, and I found that to also work quite well. It matched up with the car speed quite nicely. There we go. That's set up. So GPS, no problems. As far as the battery life goes, battery life is definitely not great. I would say this is a weakness. It depends again on how much you use the phone. I can easily sit down and play with the phone where I'm playing games or browsing online, and in a couple of hours, like probably in 2 to 3 hours, go through 40%, 50% of the battery just by using it continuously like that. It works for me all day. I get probably 10 to 12 hours of use from a full charge the way I use it. Here you can see I've gotten 14 hours right now, but this is, and it's at 26%. This was charged last night though, so yeah, when I took it off the charger was at midnight last night. So it sat idle for most of the night. I've only been using it during the day. If you use it heavily, you can easily go through the battery in 4 or 5 hours. I've also found that it's not been rock solid in terms. There have been crashes. As you can see, this app here has been running for the last 90 days. And the most in 3 months that I've been able to keep the phone going is actually right now, this last week, which is 8 days. I'm almost at 9 days of standby, but I haven't, in the last 3 months, I haven't been able to go more than that, because invariably either the phone shuts off somewhere because I ran out of battery, or because it crashes. There's various reasons why I've seen crashes happening. I mean, some might be from an app, but here I'll show you. So since May 12th, when I started using this app, I've recorded all the crashes that I've had, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've had 14 crashes, with the last one being on 19th July. So even though this is a fully stock phone, it hasn't been rooted, it's the factory firmware, I haven't even done an update on it, just so that I could see how it would go for 90 days of normal use. And yeah, so the odd crash does happen, but they're not that common, so it's not really a big deal. Let's take a look at my speed test history so that you can get an idea of the type of speeds that I've been seeing. So if I go into results here, you can see all the tests I've done, and the icon shows if it was a Wi-Fi test or a mobile data test. The fastest download speed I've seen using my mobile data is just over 6 megabits per second, which is quite good. The best I've seen on Wi-Fi is about double that, more than 12 megabits per second. So it's, oh no, that's a little, almost 13 megabits there. So it's really fast. The download is really fast when the network allows it. So to conclude, I'd say the Galaxy S2 is a super awesome phone. I've been very impressed with it. It really is powerful. It's very responsive. It's really fun to use. The camera is great. So I highly recommend it. If you already have a Samsung Galaxy S, I'm not sure if it's worth upgrading to the Galaxy S2, but if you're out looking for a new phone, I highly recommend the Galaxy S2. One of the things I've found from using the Galaxy S2 is how good the Galaxy S1 is once you put recent gingerbread ROM on it. It's amazing how far this phone has come since Eclair. If you have a Galaxy S1, you should be proud of how close it is still to the Galaxy S2. I'll still continue making videos, ROM videos, and install how-to videos for both the Galaxy S1 and the Galaxy S2. Thanks for watching.